Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be testing out some new Dollar Tree makeup. Of course, if you've been with me for a while, you know I have been hauling a lot of new makeup from the Dollar Tree. So today I'm going to be testing out some more of the products I have hauled recently. Most of it is from IONI, but I do have an item or two from Beauty Intuition and Mercerie. So I'm always excited to test out some new bargain makeup. So if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain beauty channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other beauty channels do. I just like to keep it at the bargain price point. So the closer to $1, the better. If it sounds like you're in the right place, I do hope you'll subscribe and become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. As always, I'll have related content down below in the description box, especially if you're new, that way you can catch up on some of what we've been doing here. So we have a lot of products to try, so without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So I am gonna give the brow lamination kit from Bpure a second try today. That's gonna be like a second impression. And when I do that, I like to do my foundation first. Usually I do my foundation after my eyeshadow because I tend to make a mess. And I don't have any new foundation to try today, but I do have these from Must Have Beauty. These are the makeup blending sponges. They're perfect for blending cream and liquid products. So I'm gonna use this for my foundation today. And I'm probably gonna use one for my foundation and the other one maybe for my blush or something like that. So I'm gonna apply some of the Bpure Gel Grip Face Primer. I've tried this a couple times already. This is supposed to be a dupe for an e.l.f. primer, and the e.l.f. one is supposed to be a dupe for a Milk makeup primer. So there's lots of duping going on. And I do really like this primer. So these are kind of a spongy consistency. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to wet them or not like a beauty blender. I might try one side dry, then do the other side of my face with it wet. So I'm just gonna be going in with my Candy Moyo Moisturizing Foundation. I like the shade medium. And I'll do this half of my face with it dry. It seems to be applying the makeup very smooth. Having like the little finger holder kind of thing is neat, and it's really staying on my finger pretty good. I like the way it's making my makeup go on. It's kind of pressing it into the skin. There we go, that really did a really nice job. It really like pressed and try to just drag it out a little bit feather it out onto my face so we don't leave any lines. It did a very good job dry. So now I'm gonna wet it and we'll try the other side. It did grow in size just a little bit, the way a makeup sponge normally does. So now I'll go in on the other side with it being damp. It kind of feels like a little bit of like a tackier application for sure. Seems to be applying about the same. Maybe a little bit dewier. And generally too, you want to wet your beauty blenders because it helps kind of disperse the makeup a little bit better, but it also prevents too much product from getting in the sponge. That way you don't waste as much product. But honestly, I don't know. I think they really applied about the same. And I don't really know that I used any less product on the damp side. So first impression, this is really, really cool. I really like it. It doesn't really seem to matter whether you use it wet or dry. So last time I tried this out, I also colored my brows in. I'm gonna try to go in without anything on my brows to see how this works. So this is from Bpure. This is the Lamination Brow Gel Kit. It comes with a little brush here, which I don't know if you really need it, because it comes with a spoolie. Like the product itself has a spoolie. But I will just kind of brush through my brows. So see, there's a spoolie there. And now when I use this, a lot of you seem to really like it as well. It's like your brows will not go anywhere. It seems to work really, really well. This part of my brows especially, since I've been using a growth serum, has a tendency to kind of have its own mind. So this is kind of coming right at the right time for me. So there we go, I just have it on my natural brows. And then like after a little while, after it dries, it's like literally your brows are in place. So especially if you have unruly eyebrows, this product here seems to be really, really good. And a lot of you seem to really, really like it as well. So yeah, second impression, so far so good. So IONI's most recent collection, they came out with these 3 eyeshadow sticks. My last video, I tested out the black one kind of as an eyeliner. And today I'm gonna be using the other 2 shades as well. And they're these 2 neutral shimmery shades. You've got Cream and Cocoa. And then this one here is black, and it's like a shimmery black. So we're gonna get a look with all 3 of these today. When I do shadow sticks and liquid eyeshadow, I tend to not use eyeshadow primer. So I'm just gonna go in. These swatched really, really nice when I hauled them and swatched them. I'm gonna put the shade here kind of all over my lid. I'm just gonna kind of blend it. There we go, there's the first shade so far. I'll probably go back in with that and add some like final highlighting. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Cocoa. It's just a little bit more like of a deeper gold. Shadow sticks are supposed to be a very easy, like one and done, and just where you kind of put them on and then you can just kind of blend them out. You don't need to do too much blending and all that kind of thing. See, that kind of deepened it up just a bit. There we go. Really pretty, really subtle. And then we'll go in with the black shade and just kind of line and smudge. Just use my finger a little bit. My best friend swears by the Thrive Cosmetics shadow sticks. She just loves them. She just does usually a very easy, like, one and done. I'm gonna go back in with cream and just put more on the inner part of my eye. There we go. They seem to be pretty pigmented and pretty creamy. Shadow sticks aren't generally my thing, so I do have a new mascara to try, and every Mercerie mascara I've ever tried has not been great, but I saw this one and I wanted to give it another try because it's different. This is the Mercerie Extreme Lushness Waterproof Black Mascara, so it's supposed to be waterproof as well. It's supposed to have a volume maximizing brush. It's supposed to apply evenly, be quick drying, clump free, and ensures lashes never smudge or flake. This is in black. As we know, Dollar Tree usually doesn't thrive in the mascara department, but recently LA Colors have come out with some really very good mascaras for the $1.25 price point. So I'm gonna go in and see if this does anything at all. I like the brush. It doesn't seem to be clumpy and goopy. The Dollar Tree brands may finally be listening to us when we say we want a better mascara at the $1.25 price point. There we go. I would say the first coat, it's really not bad. So I'm gonna add another 2, maybe 3 coats. So I'm gonna come back to this and we're gonna move on for right now. So Beauty Intuition had this liquid eyeliner. This is in brown. It says it's bold, eye-catching, and has a precise line. It's got rich color, smooth and even. It's a felt tip. So I'm not sure if they had black or not. I just saw this, it looked different, and so I picked it up. And so let's go on in and give this a try. A brown liquid liner is really kind of nice, especially when I'm like not wearing lashes and I'm going for a little bit more of a neutral look. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if you can really see. So I've swatched it a couple times on my hand. It doesn't really seem to be like a super smooth application. It seems to be a little bit uneven, and it doesn't actually really seem to be all that pigmented. Like I said, I'm not mad at it because I don't want like a super really like crazy wing, but I'm gonna check and see if they have black. I'll give a more detailed run through at the end of the video, but so far my first impression is this is not all that great, at least the brown shade. I'm gonna go back in with another coat of the mascara. One thing I definitely can say is that it is definitely not a clumpy mascara, which is really nice. It is separating my lashes. It's not making a mess, and honestly, it does have some payoff. Like I said, I have had a couple really bad mascaras from Mercerie, but this here might be their best yet. So 2 coats, and I do think it's showing us something. So like I said, I think first impression, this is the best mascara that Mercerie has come out with yet. So we're gonna move on with the rest of the face. We'll come back and add some details to the eyes later, as we always do. I'm gonna add some IONI concealer and a little bit of LA Color setting powder. I'm gonna do that off camera and I will be right back. So I have a new liquid blush, and I've got a new shade, of the LA Colors Sculpting Duo. So I've got a new shade of blush that we're gonna try. So recently Bpure came out with these creamy serum blushes. Came out with 2 shades. I found both of them. They're supposed to be a dupe for something. I think the Cloud Paint, I think. I'm not 100% sure that that's true, but they come in very similar packaging. The shade names are not on here, but this is the brighter of the 2. So you know me, I like to put some on the back of my hand. And because I tend to go overboard, I'm gonna use the beauty blender that I used for my foundation. It's already damp, and I'm just gonna use kind of this other end here. And this is how I like to do my liquid blush. I don't mind having a little bit of foundation to help blur it out as well. So of course, very pigmented as a lot of these Dollar Tree cream blushes are. Really, really nice. It went on very easily, very easy to blend. And the shade is really, really pretty. So first impression, I really like it. I just recently found the other shade of the LA Colors Sculpting Duos, the bronzing ones. This is so Sunkissed. I have the other one that's a little bit darker. And so, of course, you get your cream on top and your powder on the bottom. I'm gonna put some of that on the back of my hand as well. I cleaned off the back of my hand from my blush. And I'm just gonna take a stippling brush and just really kind of take that product and then just start working it in. This is a lighter shade than the other one that I have. Actually, probably should have done that first before the blush. That's usually what I do. But yeah, I really like it. It's very subtle. It's probably better for my skin tone than the other one, and also lighter skin tones. But yeah, so far so good. I think it blended out really nice. I don't think it looks very patchy. So I've been really pleased with these so far. I'd like to try to use the powder, but I don't know. There's the shade of the powder. It actually looks much better swatched than it does in the pan. I don't know. Maybe I should have used that. I'll try that next time. So then for highlighter, I've got another one of the LA Colors Sculpting Duos. This is Lit From Within. And I'm just going to go in with my finger onto the creamy part and just use my finger. I pretty much use like my finger for this cream, for the cream highlighters in these. Just seems to be the easiest way. There you go. You get just a nice little glow. So y'all see my brows are not moving. So like the lamination is actually really, really working. It does feel a little weird to not have brows on. Just like this, just to have like my natural brows, but I felt like it was important for you to see that they ain't going nowhere. See, I'm really trying to move them, and they are not moving, y'all. So we're gonna finish up the eyes. I think I might I might clean up my brows just a little bit with some of my IONI concealer and a flat brush. They could probably still benefit from a little definition, even though I did not fill them in. So I'm going to use the eyeshadow sticks just a little bit more. I want to add an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go back in with cream. See what this does for my inner corner. I don't have super high hopes for this. Not doing a whole lot. I really kind of need like probably more of like a pearly white to get the effect that I want, or even like a matte white or a bone shade. Then I'm going to go in with the black again. And I'm just going to kind of I'm going to line my waterline. Does a really nice job lining the waterline. I don't know how like good it'll stay, but it goes in there real smooth. So there we go with the eye look. I think that's about all I can do with these products. Like I said, I'll give my final thoughts at the end of the video. So now the last product I have is the IONI Crystal Lip Gloss. They've got 3 different shades or flavors of this. This is just clear vanilla. These are supposed to be a dupe for, I don't know how to pronounce it. It like I'm gonna put what this is the dupe for up here. Especially the one in honey gold is especially a dupe. It's really cute packaging. This is a really thick plastic. Almost feels like glass. I don't think it's glass though. It smells like vanilla. Like the brush is a little flimsy. Like it kind of, see how it kind of bends. Very, very subtle vanilla taste. Like almost like a vanilla bean. It doesn't feel sticky at all. It's not quite as like shiny as I thought it would be. But it feels nice on the lips. I mean, is it anything special? Probably not, but it does, one thing I will say, it kind of feels a little bit more like a lip oil. Like I said, it's not quite as shiny as I thought, but it has a very nice, pleasant taste, and I do really like the packaging. So now a quick rundown of all the new products and some second impressions. So second impression on the lamination kit. Y'all, yeah, your brows will not move or go anywhere with this. I've never tried any other brand or like one more expensive or anything like that, but I can't imagine that it would keep your brows any more set than these. So Bpure, I think, came out with a really legit lamination brow product here. So really, really liking that so far. Then the Mercerie Lash Out Volumizing Mascara. I would say for Mercerie, this is like their best mascara. I still think I maybe prefer the new LA Colors ones. But yeah, this is not as bad as some of their mascaras that they've come out with in the past. You know, especially the one I'm talking about. The original one they came out with in the black packaging, just horrible, very dry, just very lackluster. But this one here, I put 2 coats and it is showing up on my lashes. So not the best mascara at the Dollar Tree, but definitely the best Mercerie mascara. Then the sponges applied my foundation really, really well. Don't think it's necessary to dampen it at all. I also used it to apply my cream blush. So yeah, really, really liked it. I really felt like it pressed the foundation into my skin. Yeah, and just a really, really nice little sponge. And of course you get a 2-pack. You can't beat that. So another great makeup application product from Must Have Beauty. Then the eyeliner, I'll have to try to see if they have black, but I'm not mad at the fact that it's not super pigmented, but if it was black and I was wanting something really, really dramatic, I would be. This is, of course, brown. This is, in my opinion, like first impression. Like first impression on this, this is not the best liquid eyeliner at the Dollar Tree. So far, I would pass on this. But I'm gonna try to find black and test that out as well. Then this shade of the Bpure Creamy Serum Blush. Really, really nice. The shade is really nice. It's easy to blend. It doesn't seem to be patchy. And yeah, just a really, really nice liquid blush from the Dollar Tree. And I do have another shade to try as well. Then this shade here, the So Sunkissed shade of the LA Colors Sculpting Duos. It's the lighter of the 2 bronzing shades. And next, I didn't get a chance to really use the powder. It doesn't look as weird swatched as it does in the pan. It looks a little bit mustardy in the pan. I just used the cream product today. And a very, very subtle glow, which is really nice, you know? So yeah, I've really enjoyed all of these so far. Then the Crystal Lip Gloss, it's not as shiny as I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be like super high shine, because that's what they market it as high shine and hydrating. It does feel hydrating. It's just not as high shine as other lip glosses I've had, but I love the packaging. I love the way it feels on my lips, and they've got a couple other flavors. Yeah, like I said, not groundbreaking. I like the packaging, like the way it feels, but it's not as high shine as I thought. So if you're expecting like high shine, you'll be disappointed. And then last but not least, the eyeshadow sticks. Again, eyeshadow sticks are not typically my thing, but I think these were really nice. They went on really nice and creamy and pigmented. Of course, they're neutral shades. You've got kind of like a light champagne, kind of a light gold, and then a black, which we smudged around our lash line. I think they'd be really better for more of like a one and done, more so than trying to get like a look like I did. But yeah, they're really nice. If you like eyeshadow sticks and you would like shades like this, they might work for you. Like I said, I can't really compare them to something more expensive because I just don't really use eyeshadow sticks. So these for me are kind of, but I think they're good for what they are, but like I said, they're not really my thing. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, and if you can, also hype this video as well, and I always appreciate it when you do. Definitely check out my other content down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.